What's up YouTube, it's your boy Yannick and welcome you back to the Sense and Style channel, the channel where we pair sense and style. Also, on this channel we talk about various men's lifestyle subjects such as self-care, dating, and fashion. Now if you're new to the channel, I want to ask that you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so that way you know when the next video drops. If that sounds good, let's get into what we're going to talk about today. Have you ever bought a fragrance thinking that you like it, sprayed it, and then you're like, this is not for me? And then some time passes by, and then you're like, you know what? It's sitting right there. Let me give it a try. And then you give it another try. And then you give it another try. And then you give it another try. And with every try, it gets better and better and better. And then the opposite happens. You get to appreciate the fragrance for what it is. Well, in this video, I'm bringing to you 5 fragrances that I didn't really like in the past that I've grown to appreciate and now I speak highly of. And now, they're some of my most highly rated fragrances. Starting the list off at number 5 is this bad boy right here. Versace Eros. Now the first time I got my nose on this one right here, it was from one of those fragrance subscription companies. I got a 15 ml decan, sprayed it, and immediately I was like, what the hell is this? It's too sweet, it's too feminine. Are you sure this is a woman's perfume? The mint in here totally threw me off. I'm not a huge mint fan. Thin mints, not for me. Mint chocolate chip, pass me with that. And this came across to me as a minty fragrance hyped up on sugaroids. So I decided to use this as a car air freshener because at the point in time I was driving Uber. And then the more I used it to freshen up my car, the more I started liking it. People started complimenting how good the car smelled and they were asking what was I using and telling me that they needed to get it. And I was surprised how many people didn't know what this was. Because in the fragrance community, this one is hyped as a clubbing fragrance. So just a note to all of us fragrance enthusiasts, not because something is common to us means that it's common to everybody else. So just forget that talk about, oh, you're gonna smell like everybody else. No, you won't. 80% of men in the world, they don't use a fragrance, all right? So we're not gonna smell like everybody else. That's my 2 cents on that. But back to the story. I pulled the trigger and I got Versace Eros 7 months after the first time I smelled it. So number 4 on the list, we got Calvin Klein Euphoria Liquid Gold for men. This one was a blind buy from Burlington Coat Factory and I think I paid about $40 for it. So I took it home, I sprayed it on heavily, and then immediately I was turned off. This thing right here, this thing is so strong, guys. And the saffron in here is not a mainstream fragrance like Bergamot and Ambroxan. Those are the notes that you'd find in those mass appealing type fragrances like Coach for Men and Bleu de Chanel and Dior Sauvage. The saffron in this right here punched me in the face. So I had to change my clothes, go take a shower, and even after that shower, it was still on my skin faintly, but that was when it smelled really good. But at that point in time, I was already turned off by the saffron and how powerful this was and how cloying it was to give it a second chance that day. So some months went by and I get glimpses of it on my dresser. And the bottle, it looked pretty good on the dresser. All right, this gold and black, it just looks elegant to me. So it always caught my eye. To me at that time, this fragrance is like the chick who's not a 8, 9, or 10, but more like a 6 or a 7. But she's there all the time in your presence and you get glimpses of her all the time. And then you go talk to her and she's not really all that bad. Then you end up talking to her some more and then you end up liking her. That's what this fragrance is like. So I came back to it a month or 2 later, went lighter on the sprays, and I still felt a little about the saffron. But then on the dry down, the saffron blended with that sandalwood gave it that creamy type of vibe. And it was beautiful, guys. Still is beautiful. I wore it to work a couple times, got some compliments on it, and I wasn't shocked when I got compliments on it, but I was pleasantly surprised at how many people liked this scent. So I managed the sprays because like I said, it is a beast, and I let the dry down work. And now I can't say enough good things about this fragrance. You get a niche quality type fragrance with a niche type of vibe, and by that I mean you will smell unique and this will perform and project. Whenever I wear this one, it makes me feel pretty distinguished and it'll make you smell rich. Third on the list is Polo Red Extreme. Now there's Polar Red, and then there's Polar Red Extreme. This is the Extreme. This one was launched, I think, in 2017 by Ralph Lauren, of course, Polo. And this was one of the first fragrances that I ever had where coffee was the main note. You know, there are fragrances where coffee just sit in the background, just cheering on all the other notes, where like you know it's there, but you don't really know it's there because all the other notes are so prominent. Not in this one. The coffee in here is one of the main stars and it shines with that orange. So I liked it, but I didn't really love it. And that's because of how sweet and coffee-like it was. This one's another strong one, so be careful on the sprays. Yes, I know, big surprise coming from the house of Ralph Lauren. But whenever I wear this in the cold weather, because that's the type of fragrance it is a cold weather fragrance. It performs really, really well, and I get compliments on it because I guess people like coffee. But give this just a little bit of time after the first sprays, let it tone down, and it's really, really nice, guys. And now, I really like this one, but only for the colder days when you gotta whip out that Canada Goose parka. Number 2 on the list, we got Alhermione Royal Stallion from the Portfolio collection. Look at this bottle, guys. Isn't it pretty? That's like one of the prettiest bottles I have ever seen. If you know Parfums de Marly Pegasus, then you know this one. This one is amber, vanilla, rose, jasmine, and bitter almond. This one was a blind buy for me, and sad to say that I didn't love it at first, but I knew after smelling it, I would get to fall in love with it. And the reason for just liking it at first was the rose and the bitter almond. Now, if you know, rose is not a masculine note in fragrances. So for those of you all that are just being introduced into the fragrance game, this one is gonna throw you off just a little bit. But ease yourselves in, go light on the sprays, and let those close encounter type situation compliments start coming in. Then is when you'll see what wonders this one works, guys. And then when you start really appreciating this one for what it really is, then you go a little bit heavier on the sprays, like 3 or 4 instead of 1 or 2. Best situations for this, in my opinion, is when you're rocking that suit and tie during the day, or to a wedding, or bad boy style, all black outfit with that black leather jacket. And I say bad boy style because of how complex and mysterious this one is. And coming in at number 1 on the list, may be hard for some of y'all to fathom, but this one, Valentino Uomo Intense. I did not like this one at first, but this is another powerhouse, bad boy, elegant type of fragrance. And now, guys, to me, this fragrance is a sexy fragrance. But like I said, I didn't like it at first because of that lipstick, makeup bag type of cola vibe that it gave off. It is unique and complex. So if you get this one, not knowing what it is, you're gonna have to give it some time to work. And it will work in my experience. I've came around to liking this one. No, wait, scrap that. I came around to loving this one. And I'll only wear this one at an upscale black tie event, or like I said, bad boy, leather jacket, or black outfit, night out on the town type of vibe. My problem was, like with all the other fragrances that I didn't like, was the amount of sprays that I went with. I didn't know how powerful this one would be, or the rest of them as well. So I toned down the amount of sprays. I went with 1, sometimes 2 sprays, and then I kept coming back to it, and it started pulling in those compliments. And you know what, guys? There's nothing like a good compliment or 2 to slap you straight into really appreciating what a fragrance really is. And now, I love this thing. I love this thing so much. And now, to me, it's like one of those dumb reaches for an upscale black tie event or a bad boy night out. I know I already said that, but it is what it is. And that was number 1 on the list, Valentino Uomo Intense. This one's discontinued though, so if you go looking for 100 ml of this, be prepared to pay 200 and up. Now, that's it today for 5 second chance fragrances that I have in my collection. If you found the video entertaining, informative, and you learned something, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so that way you help the channel grow. As always, I'm Yannick. Thanks for visiting the Sense of Style channel. Stay safe and peace, guys.